There's a particular issue in the country right now. We talk about it all the time. Everybody complains about it all the time. Oh yeah, my salary don't finish. You get paid today, and phew,
It's gone.
it's gone. You like wonder like what happened?
did
What
I
happened?
do?
What did I do with it? Like sometimes if you have, like yesterday, I had some money in my account, right? And in my mind, because I was really down rich, let me put it that way. And somebody came into my life. I was like, thank God, at least there's something I can. And I went out. I bought few things, few necessary things, though. Nothing. I didn't do babala you.
Okay.
And I was looking at the account details, balance. It was 2,000. I'm like 2,100. I'm like, what did I do? And I started feeling like I'm a very, very lavish
Spender.
As in, I was feeling bad with myself. Like, what did I just do? Why didn't I just stay in their house? If you move outside last one, breeze just touch you. 20K is gone. Breeze
It's gone.
20K is gone.
Just like
breeze,
that.
oh, from your house to your bus stop, like, what happened? So it's something we're talking about. People talking about salary and work experience. So we, went to the street of Lagos and spoke with one or two people about salary and work experience. As in, how much is enough salary for people? What do the people like? And we are in a system in a country where things keep getting expensive.
Like inflation is not helping things.
Do you understand? Inflation
yeah.
and things get expensive, but the salary still remains in one spot.
The same, yeah.
And I heard the basic minimum wage is how much?
30,000 naira.
What can you even do with that? So let's see what people had to say real quick, and we will be back. Don't go nowhere.
Abraham, Buchi, Jacob, you are one family.
There's nothing like this sport in Nigeria.
See how your body just dripping diamond.
My ID starting salary is 150, and I believe in every company, if they should be paying individual or average Nigerian people to be collecting that such amount of salary, I think it will be beneficial for the citizen.
I would say a typical Nigerian working on a day-to-day job, I would say my salary will be nothing less than 70 to 80,000 naira. Because of my skills, I would say I'm a professional cleaner, though I own a cleaning company, but because of my skills and everything, I would say this will be like, if I'm working for someone, it would be like 70 to 80,000.
Presently, our ideal salary is 100,000. My best work experience is a sales consultant, and I love the work presently, and the work is making me to have boldness to talk to people. Like, I've gone to several places that I've never been before. I've talked to people that's not even up to my caliber, and I've mingled a lot with kind of big men.
At least with the recent condition of this our country, if the minimum wage should be between a region of 60,000, at least for a start now, compared to the inflation we are facing now, the cost of living, accommodation, and other charges. So at least for a start, 60,000 is not bad.
To me, probably if I say like 180,000 naira is manageable, that's as the way the country is right now. It's better than just sitting at home or for me to be frustrated and misbehaving. So instead of that, so let me just doing it. At least I can see at the end of the day, I won't be able to save anything down. I'll be able to use it to eat. That's all.
If you pay me 1 billion naira, I will not mind. If you pay 1 million a week, I will not mind. But the point remains, we are running an economy that ought to have grown. I don't belong to the class that say a growing economy. We ought to have grown. We are an overfed baby as far as Nigerian economy is concerned. Howbeit, given the society we are in today, some of the boys, I call them boys, at the National and even the State Assembly, earn close to 2-3 million naira a month. So for some of us who've paid our dues, especially in the media, if going by the standard of living in this country today, 1 million naira will not be a bad idea.
My ideal working salary has been from 200 to 400 to get, and that's what I prefer to always get from any company, because I'm always a strategist. I render solutions to companies on how the company can move ahead as well there.
Abraham, Buchi, Jacob, you are one family.
There's nothing like this sport in Nigeria.
See how your body just dripping diamond.
Well, you see, when I heard the kind of salary ranges people are actually talking about, I just feel like we're really suffering in this country. A lot, a lot. You know, as a graduate, now I'm applying for like various job prospect, and you see salary ranges of like 80K, 60K, and I'm like, I'm a graduate. And before I studied through school and everything, I spent less than more than millions just to get through school. And now you're a graduate trying to like get a job, and job offers you're seeing with a salary of probably 80K for what? And look at the economy of the country right now. Inflation is on the rise daily. I remember my mom is a civil servant, right, and she mentioned something like, our salaries are not increasing, yet prices of things in the market are always on the increase. So how do they expect people to cope with this kind of thing? And for statistics purposes, I think in the US, the minimum wage is $7 per hour. And definitely most businesses, most corporate offices won't pay you $7 at least. Probably less, probably like from $20 per hour and everything. Like you work, I wish there will be a system in Nigeria that will incorporate hourly payments. Right? Really, because it's really.
I know if you're going home. It's in the office. No. I'll be sleeping. I'll literally say like, I'm gonna pay per hour.
But for it's really going to help him because it helps you know your worth. Because I think companies in Nigeria, even the government jobs in Nigeria, they don't really pay us what we are really worth. Like imagine you studying to be it's not easy to be a graduate, right? And then probably you have other skills and everything down there. They're underpaying you probably like 80K, 100K and everything.
I get you. There was a man in that video that was even saying that even if he sees 180K, that is okay, then we'll go back. I'm like, even the 180K,
it's nothing. It's at all.
Anywhere. You see, your commute from home, from your house to work alone, monthly, would take more than half.
A larger chunk of it.
More than half of your earnings.
Salary,
so how much? Then you still have bills. You have electricity bills, security bills. What's it called? Your normal domestic bills,
utility bills and everything.
Utility bills and all that. You have all those ones there. There's still at the one that you want to flex for your own self, or you still have to get this for yourself.
Let's say probably they have kids and
then
everything.
People will still call you like, oh, Safana, urgent 2K.
Yeah.
Or which urgent 2K will not even end up at urgent 2K.
Sure.
It's always above that. So it's just really sad the way the economy is right now. We hope that's why I keep telling people, whatever it is you're doing. I tell a lot of my friends, and maybe some prodigies that work with me, like, always find an extra source of income, no matter what. No matter how little the business or minute it might look. If it's to sell pure water, I'm serious, in bags, put money into it. If it's going to, I keep talking about transportation. You see, transportation, food, hospitality, you can never go wrong with them. There's farming, you can never go wrong with it. What's it called? Real estate. Yeah. You can never go bankrupt with these things. You will always make money no matter how little it is. My director, some people call him Marvel, some people call him Peter. That one said he wants to be earning 3 trillion naira every month. Then after that's what he said. He said after getting that 3 trillion, that he should now be owing, they should still be owing him change, maybe like 5 million. And I'm like, I wanted to reach out to his parents that your son has started carrying gun, so that they should know where to. In case of
anything happens.
So let's move away from that, from the sad story, and to another story that is not really sad, but it's just. Anyways, it's a story of a particular self-acclaimed relationship coach. No, not blessing. Don't worry, you people. I know you are really blessed. So self-acclaimed life coach and relationship expert Solomon Buchi, you all remember me, has asked if women who say they do not wear bras really feel comfortable with the underwear, or they are selling their market. Now, in a long thread of what I see as absolute jargons that he wrote all kind of stuff. At the point, he actually even switched to, he linked it with his religious beliefs and all that. And he lost. So I'm like, what on earth is wrong with this world? It is okay to have an opinion, right? But the moment you become a second-hand celebrity or whatever it is, you need to chill, retract on some things you say in public. So many women, yes, we know. Have you been outside the country, Mr. Solomon Buchi? A lot of women outside the country do not wear undergarment. They don't wear bras, right? A lot of men, I'm sure he doesn't even wear boxers if we check out where. So they wear boxers. So why are you coming for women who do not? How is that supposed to be a topic? Some people do not feel comfortable in it. Some people react to it. Just like some people, like my kid brother, right? He reacts to singlets. If he wears it under his garment, when he takes it off, you see rashes everywhere. No matter how premium, whatever design, he could wear singlet under his garment, he starts reacting. So what do you say about that?
See, for this guy,
Say your thing.
first of all, it annoys me when I see men talking, dipping their noses into women's business, because first of all, he's a man. He's never gotten to wear a bra before. He doesn't have boobs, though he does, but
What makes you think he hasn't worn a bra before?
it definitely hasn't.
Well, how do you know?
Best friend.
Uche Maduago wears red bra. So.
But coming from this kind of
His
perspective,
okay.
like he hasn't worn one before. I really don't know why men always feel like, oh, they have every opinion to judge how women should be, what women should wear, how women's body should be, and everything. See, this is part of the reason why one of the reasons that gave birth to the rise of feminist movement. And I think in 2012,
how can this be one of? Okay,
like,
cool. Let me listen to you.
Yeah, it's part of the reasons
Let me
why.
listen
Because
to
I
you.
think in the 1960s, there was a movement that happened where women actually like removed their bras and like threw it in the trash and everything as part of like rally to show that in support of feminism, trying to fight for equal rights of women also. Because I think in the state, I really don't remember the year, there was a court ruling where in the beach, I think it was in Miami, so some women were topless.
Right.
There was a woman that was topless and she was whisked away to court because why we should be topless. Then some women, like part of this feminist movement, like came up to say, oh, why would you?
Why? Okay, I think I remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, why would you judge? Why men? Yeah, are bare
was in
chested.
Florida, I
Yeah,
remember.
Florida, right?
I remember.
Yeah. So men were
remember
bare
that story.
chested. So why the judgment on her? I think in 2012 there was this woman, Lena Esco. She's a filmmaker. I think she made a movie with regards to this free the nipple movement. So I think in 2014,
Oh, this kind of
it
talk.
sparked-
This kind of talk early morning.
it sparked an outrage
Yeah,
where we have lots of celebrities like Miley Cyrus, Rihanna, a whole lot of them.
Keke Palmer.
Yeah, a whole lot of them trying to like show, please free the nipple. Like, see.
Hey, God, you don't talk again. Oh, God, early morning. No.
No, but really, this is.
Free the mammary glands. Yeah.
Anyways, free it. But I really don't like the parts where it's coming from, like, oh, probably the.
Maybe they're selling their market.
What market are they selling? Please.
This is part of a woman's
body.
anatomy,
Like, why?
right? This is what they look like. This is what God has created them to
Given
be.
us,
Like.
yeah.
What do you mean they're selling their market? If
What
they
market
feel
are they
free,
selling? For it, see, I remember, was it during lockdown? I could count the number of times I wore a bra because it's also uncomfortable. Like you wearing a bra like for like probably like 8 hours in a day, and you getting like the first thing you want to do is just please yank it off. It's so uncomfortable. And him saying,
it's
oh,
not-
he's
it's
not
not a yank
it's
it
not
off.
dismissing the
Wow.
fact that some women find it
so
uncomfortable.
he just
and
turned
everything.
himself from a relationship coach now to lingerie expert.
I don't know.
Because I don't even understand. Sometimes he says some things and I agree with him. Like, okay, it makes sense. But there's some situations, just like Nedu is saying a lot
See,
of.
I was going to go there.
A lot of XYZs these days.
mhm.
Like, there's some things you guys just need to just let it go and don't
See,
barge into it.
I'm going to say something. I think it still boils down to the fact that men are not trained well. They are not trained right. Yes.
No.
To be,
It's
no,
okay.
there
It's
is.
okay
No,
to
wait.
it's okay to say some things, though.
Wait.
But I am a man and I'm on this table.
Wait, calm down. I will explain why I said that.
No, Rema.
Okay, I will explain that because I think he made reference to the fact that our grandmas in the olden days they don't wear bra. Please, he does not know his history. You should go back and check. We still have cultures in Africa where women don't even wear clothing.
they don't even wear clothing. A lot.
A lot of them. So I don't know where it's coming from this thing. And again, back to what I said, a lot of women, they don't really like know the right and everything. They don't really know what did I say the word is that. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that they're not well trained because I feel the society places women in this kind of judgmental part where men always have the right to always say, oh, this is what you should not do. Like, this is patriarchy and it's a misogynist and everything.
It's a man's world, they say. So they say. But in actual fact, it's actually a woman's world. In actual fact, it's actually a woman's world.
But then you see men like this. You see men like this always coming out to police women, always coming out to confine women. You see, one thing I really want the society to do for men is like, please teach your men, your boys, carry their eyes. This is a woman's body.
Teach them what?
Teach them to carry their eyes.
Carry their eyes. What does that mean? Oh,
take off their faces, take off their eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, you should just know it is normal. It is a natural thing. But you see, men will always want to objectify women. We always want to sexualize women and everything. So they should also learn to like keep their lane and everything. Know what is right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, begin to tear your boxers. Calm down.
Please.
09098 408 408 09098 408 408. That's the number to be part of the conversation. And let us know what you think about this particular comment that Solomon Buchi made. I am not with it. I don't know. I'm just trying to sell market. Now, why do we always, a lot of men, why do we always attribute anything and everything a woman does to selling her body? Oh, a woman buys a car, she sold her body. Like there are some people who do that.
Who does that? Yeah.
A woman is doing well in her field or whatever it is, or na market she dey sell. So don't men sell market too?
Leave them all. And it's see, when it comes to this matter of probably sex and everything, the blame always falls on women. It's always women always bearing the grunt. And see, it annoys me when you see men when they ask you, oh, what's your body count? When they ask you as a woman, and the woman should probably say, if I she's like, oh, please, what happened to the men that slept with her? What are they?
Okay.
Why are they always excused from the conversation?
She's a farm tool. Don't use that word. Just say farm tool. Like,
anyway.
Yeah, talking about that, I don't know why people always are interested. Let's say men are always interested with somebody's body count. Like, what's my business? I will never ask you that kind of question. I do not want to know. It's not my business where you're coming from. What you've done there is different. Once you're in my own, if you're in my world, it's a different world entirely.
Yeah, sure.
So,
but most men are not like that though. In fact, you see them brag back. I've seen men who are like always brag like, oh, no, how many girls, number of girls I've slept with and everything.
I hope it's increasing your lifespan and your brain cells and your bank account. Anyway, moving away from that, let's talk about something real quick. I know that's really getting on your nerves.
Yeah.
And we will talk about this some other time. Calm down. Let's talk about Jonathan Majors. I'm really concerned for this guy because he just started enjoying, so to speak, the fruit of his labor. Like he's just started coming out. People are just trying to know, oh, this dude he's done creating recent time. He's in Marvel. He's in some major movie. And the good thing is he started off with some Kweke, but he's been doing some major movies. It took some people years to get to this point. Now, Jonathan Majors could go to jail for a year. Now, if you go to jail for 1 year with this career, your career at this peak, it might affect you.
Yeah,
after his charge was upgraded to third-degree assault, the 33 was accused of assaulting and strangling his ex-girlfriend Grace Gabari in New York City in March. He was charged with misdemeanor assault and harassment, but that charge has now been adjusted. His lawyer said he attended a court hearing via Zoom on Tuesday, that was yesterday, 2 days ago, in regards to the status of his assault case. And it was here that a superseding complaint with a charge of, he was charged with third-degree assault and announced, hey, God, hey, this is a serious thing. Now, my fear for Majors right now is if he's found guilty, like, because the case has been going. Initially, he came out to debunk it, like he didn't do nothing to her. There was nothing, blah blah blah. Like, she was just making up story. But there's no smoke without fire. I say this all the time, right? I don't know why you get to a particular apex in your career and you just mess it up with nonsense. Just like Oscar Pistorius, that South African athlete, right? He was doing Paralympian. He was doing extremely well with his status and everything. He was doing well, and for some reason, out of anger, whatever it is was wrong with you, it was your girlfriend you decided to kill. Like he shot her dead. And he claimed, that he thought it was a burglar, it's a thief that came into. That was what he claimed. He thought it was a thief that he didn't really see, blah, blah, blah. But you guys just had an argument. You went inside, you put out a gun, and you cocked it, and you shot this girl. And he's still serving time in jail. He's applied for so many paroles or pardons. Nobody's listening to him. He's still serving time. You just messed up a good career. As a human being normally, so let's even put celebrity right aside, people will get on your nerves, people will test your patience every time. Are we going to react at every little thing? Like, I have a lot of, one of my bosses calls them clowns, like clowns that you work with and all. Like, you have to manage your clowns and just laugh along with their circles and know when to move on. Not everything you you okay? Are you? And you react to. Like, you might get get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. See, this still boils down to the fact that men, I don't know what the problem with men are. I'm not excusing.
Really? What's this men thing?
I'm not excusing women from being at fault, but to be sincere, majority of the world's problem stems from men.
Majority of the what?
Problem stems from men.
Majority of the problems came from men.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you are wearing clothes. We're having bra conversations on this table because somebody had to go and frolic with a serpent, a reptile, and we had to have something we're not supposed to eat. And we are all here.
See,
No, we both have been working about that.
Don't let us delve into that table. Because, when God created us, it gave everybody a rational mind, rational thinking. You people could have refused it, but because of attaining, you people are food.
Attaining that your helper brought something. You know how you guys feel when you offer us something we don't eat. Like, I'm not okay. Like, I went through all that trouble and you not eat it. This is the so-called helper that was given, and helper comes. He didn't even know where it came from. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you, my dear. After he has gone to name, maybe God just created
another
set of
so
insects.
Why did he shy
and the guy was naming all the insects. You will be called cockroach. You will be called bedbug. You will be called, maybe he was busy naming all the termites and,
and
stuff.
He was tired and everything. But that's no excuse, because when God came out, why did he shy away from the question and everything? But anyways, this is a very it's an interesting story, and with the turn this case has taken, I feel like his career is in grave danger right now.
It is.
Very grave danger, because if things are not set right, I just hope the testimonies and everything will probably work out in his favor. And if eventually what they said he was accused of doing turns out to be true, he has to bear the brunt of his crime.
Of the actions. Anyway, okay, cool. So
anyway.
whatever it is you're doing, please never make anger your first go-to place. It's okay to feel those emotions, anger, fear, and it's okay to feel them. But take a breather and think, like, if I do this, if I say this, if I say this.
What will be the adverse effects?
What comes after? What will be the ripple? What comes after this, right?